Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome, and I am here to remind you. I'm a confidence coach, and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hola, what's happening? Oh my goodness. I am having the best day ever. I'm so excited to be back here with you, talking all the things on the podcast. And before we do anything, I need to say thank you because we have like over 160 reviews on Apple iTunes. This podcast is like constantly in the top 10 to 20 in Australia for mental health. We just hit like 96 in America, which is insane for me to think that this has been in the top 100 in America because we got some talent over there. We got some amazing ass podcasts happening. UK, the Netherlands are listening. Germany is listening. Austria is listening. Like, I'm just like blown away. So I just need to thank you. And if you're new and you just started listening, go leave me a review, okay? No, just kidding. No, I'm not. I would love a review. I would love some nice words. It helps other women find the podcast, y'all. I'm so serious. I ain't even playing. This podcast is a love dedication from me to you. I know so many of you out there can't get a life coach, can't hire, a therapist or someone that you need, and you want to talk about your stuff and you want to work on yourself. And the beauty of the digital era where we're living in 2019 is that you could Google some shit. You can learn all kinds of things on your phone or at a library or on Google, like literally. So the question is not, can you change your life, with this information? It's, will you change your life with this information? Will you do it? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a Google master. I'm a YouTube master. I'll be Googling and researching all kinds of things, and it really works if you're willing to work it. So I'm really glad that you are here. I want to say hey, I want to say thank you. And as we move into today's topic, I just really, really, really want you to give yourself some props. Want to give yourself some props for listening, for being here, for taking some time to push play to this podcast instead of listening to music or watching a TV show or numbing out with whatever else we numb out with. And you're actually here with me, listening to my ass, wanting to better your life. And I really honor you for that. Like, I really want you to know that I see you and I honor you. And I'm so freaking excited that you are here, girlfriend. So with that being said, I love me some astrology, some, numerology, spirituality, tarot cards, all the stuff. I'm obsessed, right? Like, my husband does shamanic work. When we run retreats, we do a lot of energy medicine. I myself have a healer that I see, and I don't even like the word healer, but it's, he's doing work on my energy system and on my body. And I recently have been learning a lot about my bleed, about my cycle and about the moon and about being conscious of, what's actually going on in my body and in the stars and all of the things. But also, I am someone who takes massive responsibility for where she's at. I am someone who also finds the reason to, how to work on shit as opposed to blaming it or putting it on someone else. And so I want to talk to y'all because some of us out there are tripping about it's Mercury retrograde and I can't do shit. Or it's a full moon. That means I'm going to eat bad food. Or the reason why I'm being an asshole to everybody is because Mercury entered fucking Pluto and then Venus and Scorpio are having a fucking dance party. I don't know. I'm making this shit up. But do you feel me? So I want you to check yourself if you are someone out there who is, looking for reasons why not to show up. Looking for reasons why not to showcase who you are and stand in your power, and you're blaming it on the fucking full moon. Or, you're getting in your own way and you're blaming it on fucking retrograde. And I know that that's a real thing, and I totally get it. And I'm best friends with Angel Phoenix, who is all about it, right? Like, I get it. But I'm also like, are you trying to fuck yourself over as well? Like, be conscious of, are you like sabotaging and just choosing not to show up and blaming that shit on Pluto? You know what I'm saying? And it's a fine line, especially because if you put so much meaning on something, like if you give it power, then it has power. I don't know if you listen to Abraham Hicks, but she is trippy. I love her so much. And she has a lot of videos on YouTube about the law of attraction and the vortex and all of that. And I remember one specific video so well because she was interviewing one of my like mentors, Wayne Dyer. And she was talking to Wayne Dyer, and he was mentioning that he had a healing from Dr. John of God. And it was a, what's it called? A healing from far away, right? And so, you know, Dr. John of God performed a surgery on him. He had blood cancer, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Unfortunately, he passed away. But prior to that, he was really ill, and he had, you know, a surgery from this man from far away. And so there's a way cooler word for the from far away, but I don't know where it is. But anyway, yeah, he went and saw, you know, Abraham Hicks and said, you know, how can you explain this man so powerful? And, you know, his spiritual work, and he's healing people and all of these things. And Abraham Hicks said straight up, she said to him, the only reason why he is powerful is because you believe that he is powerful. So your belief in his power amplifies everything. And so obviously, if you didn't believe that he was powerful, it wouldn't work for you. You're just not in alignment with it. You don't have the belief. And we know, y'all know, if you're listening to my podcast, like, belief is everything. And so what I want to talk to you about in this episode is not that you shouldn't believe in Mercury retrograde, that you shouldn't look at your numerology or your astrology, or that you shouldn't track your cycle with the moon. I think you should be doing that shit. What I'm saying is, check yourself. It's a fine fucking tightrope line. It's a fine fucking tightrope line. That shit rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a fine fucking line. And I just want to make sure that you are not using, or you need to make sure, I don't need to make sure, you need to make sure you're not using these things as reasons why you're not doing something. Because if you believe that something's happening in the stars and all of a sudden that means you can't show up, you can't do your homework, you can't go out, you can't, you know, put yourself out there, you can't do an Instagram story, you can't, you know, hustle for your business, you can't show up for your kids or your family or your partner or yourself. Like, that's going to mess with you. That's going to mess with your growth, with your productivity, especially if you're trying to work on yourself. There's going to be some hard, tough days in this journey of working on you, in this personal development, you know, fucking journey of life. It gets difficult. Shit gets hard. Shit gets hard. And so I spent most, and this is coming from somebody, by the way, you need to know that my whole life I tried to remove meaning. So I'm not saying fully remove all the meaning, but like, I was coming from a place of like, nothing means anything. Because for so long I was a victim of my circumstances. I was a victim of my life because I was a foster kid, because I was the only child, because I was sexually abused, like all the things. Because I was, that's why I am like this. That was my go-to. And when I realized like that shit is not serving me, I literally spent my whole healing time trying to erase this, you know, meaning machine that was me. Like, everything had a meaning. And so when I'm coming back into the work of the feminine energy and the work of, you know, spirit and the work of something so magical like the cosmos or astrology or your bleed, I'm really having to intentionally choose what things mean. And I really like that I get to intentionally choose them versus just going with it and believing that, oh, you know, hashtag Mercury retrograde. Because do you actually know what the fuck that means? Like, have you researched and checked out what the fuck Mercury retrograde means to you? Besides it being like everything's hard, you know, and it becomes this cool hashtag and it's funny, but I'm like, I don't know if that shit's helping everybody, for everybody to believe that it's because of Mercury retrograde, that's why you are XYZ. Because anything that you're saying you are because of is from a victim space. And maybe it's not intentional, but it's definitely not coming from the creator space. It's coming from the effect. So you can either be at the cause or be at the effect, right? When you work on yourself a lot, you've become the fucking creator of the cause. Like, you create the cause, right? So if we're talking cause and effect, and if someone does something to you, that's why you're so-and-so, or because you said that, that's why I'm this, That's really you living at the effect of others, at the effect of your life, at the effect of the circumstances that happen to you. Versus when you step into creator, you are like, I will find a way. You know, when I'm bleeding and I'm in pain and I have to do something, it's not like I can just go, oh, don't want to mother today. I still got a mother. I can't just not mother because I'm bleeding. How do I find a way to move with my body and work through it instead of blaming, oh, it's my bleed. It's my bleed. That's why my kids are pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not true that you're not in pain or that it's not true that your kids are pissing you off, but how do you find an empowering way to move through anyway? Because you still have to show up to life. You don't get to call in sick to motherhood. That shit's crazy, right? So I really want you to look at, are you being a creator in your world, or are you being at the effect of your world? Because when the rain fucking hits the floor, you could be like, fuck, this is a shit day. The rain sucks. It's horrible. What a horrible day. Horrible weather. My mother-in-law always says, oh, it's going to be a bad day tomorrow. I'm like, it's going to be a bad day? Damn, really? The whole day? Why? Oh, it's raining. And I'm like, okay, so it's going to be a rainy day, but can it be a good day? And she doesn't even realize. She's like, oh shit, yeah, of course it's going to be a good day. I'm like, yeah, we just got a bit of rain. Plants need to eat too. Hashtag plants need to eat too. Like, you know, she loves the garden. I'm trying to flip it so she can understand that how we say things and what we give our power to is everything. So consider this just a little invitation for you out there. If you have found yourself looking for reasons to not do things, if you have found yourself sabotaging, if you have found yourself making excuses and not showing up, if you have found yourself procrastination station, if you've been doing that, or if you've been like, what's the other one that rhymes? Analysis paralysis, right? If you've just been like, I can't move, I can't do this, I want to, but just have a look at that, because I really feel like as a creator, no matter what is going on in your world, you can choose what you want to do. You can choose how you want to show up. You can choose how you wish to be in that moment, whether there's a full fucking moon or not, whether Mercury retrograde and Scorpio fucking whatever or not. You could still choose. So please don't let that be the reason why you're not showing up, because you're telling yourself a story about something that's happening, and that's the reason why you can't do what you want to do. That is you being at the effect of your world. That is that you being at the effect of anything. And how is that true? Is it true that because it's a full moon, you have to be crazy? What if you didn't even know it was a full moon? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you react? What if you needed to get some shit done? What would you do? If you're pushed to the edge, you usually will make something happen. You know, so many people say like, oh, I don't know why I'm not moving. I'm like, when you have to, you will. If you had no money, no job, no food for you to feed your kids, you would find a fucking way. You would make it happen. And so I want you to check your energy around these things when things are said or someone tells you something. Anything. It doesn't have to be about Mercury retrograde, right? This is just a fucking title, but it could be about anything. Just check yourself. Are you opting out? Are you canceling? Are you not showing up? And are you blaming an external reason? Why not? And if so, why? Unpack that shit. Question yourself. Unravel that, because that will give you all the answers you need as to why you may be hiding, or why you may be making excuses, or why you may be procrastinating and sabotaging. And this is for you if this is you, yeah? If this is not you, then don't worry about it. Enjoy the retrograde shit, y'all, because that should be crazy. I love you so damn much. I'm so honored to have you here. And if you have more questions, we're going to get Mr. Hamish Kramer, my husband, on the podcast. We're also going to speak to my shamanic healing man, Sharif, who is amazing. I really want to start introducing some of these things to y'all. If you're out there and you never did any energy work, you don't know what that is, you don't know what shamanic healing is, you don't know what tarot reading or any of that stuff is, I really want to introduce it to you in a way that you can understand it, and in a way to explain why we work on mind and body, you know, and why we say that, you know, your energy is everything and it's so important. So stay tuned. That is happening. I love you so damn much. For those of you that are interested in going deeper and doing some more work with me, go and check out the Sisterhood, especially if you don't live in Melbourne, because we have an online course where you can take it with you on your phone. You can do all of the work wherever you are. It is so full on and in depth. We unpack everything in this podcast. And I really, really, really hope that you join and it serves you if you want to go deeper with me. I love you. Have a gorgeous week. I'll talk to you soon, baby. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your ears, your time, your energy, and your attention. please do me a favor and head over to Apple iTunes, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode, share this episode with a sister who you know needs to hear it, and if you feel called to, leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think about the podcast. I'd love to know how this information is helping you change your world. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there are many podcasts you could listen to, and I really appreciate you listening to mine. Have a gorgeous week, honey.